Hello, my beautiful people. Thanks so much for stopping by my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Goretti, and I had a reading that came out that Spirit is really pushing me. So many readings, actually. Spirit is channeling through me, and they're kind of building up. So this one is kind of for the entire year, just as a general reading for all the signs that I'm doing. So that's Capricorn, Aries, Virgo, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Wherever you have that in your chart, your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or north node, this is for you. And so it is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. If it's not your story, it's not your story. It's general, right? So but there might be parts of it that do resonate with you. Yeah, as well, I just wanted to mention again that I have posted all the January readings for these signs, as well as the 2023 sneak peek forecast readings for the year. But this is just a message from Spirit to all of you in the collective that are watching my videos and on my channel here. Spirit really wanted to get this message out for you. So it's going to be just oracle cards. Okay, so it's oracle card reading. There is no tarot in this reading. I do have some bonus readings for each of the signs as well that have come out through Spirit that I will be sharing right away. And those ones do have the tarot in it. Okay. So first we have Angel of Abundance. A steady flow of abundance is about to manifest. So many of you are definitely bringing in abundance. This was kind of the overall energy. So if any of you are worrying about money or possibly other abundance, different resources, maybe it's abundance of love or friendship or your health or whatever it is, just know that, it's about to manifest, and it's just not one thing. It's several things, and it's a flow of it. It's kind of like there was something blocking the dam of blessings, right? So like a water dam. And it's as if that water dam is now being unblocked, and the flow of abundance is just coming and pouring into your life. Okay, so this is throughout the year, could be towards the end of the year. It's going to be different for everybody. All right, I'm just going to put these in the order that they came in. Excuse me. I just want to say that for many of you, and it's so interesting that this is coming up as I pulled this card. Sorry, guys, I have to cover things for YouTube. But it's interesting with the butterfly here and the blue butterfly as well, because that is our throat chakra. And I started kind of having, this croaky throat, phlegmy throat, right as I was, preparing, setting up my device and that to do this reading for you all. So some of you might actually need to do some throat chakra healing or clearing. Some of you are not using your voice as well, I heard. So it's really interesting. But the butterfly as well here with the throat chakra, this has a lot of meaning for me. As you guys know, my channel with the butterfly as well as my counseling practice is called Butterfly Project. Butterflies have a lot of significance in my life, which is why I named my business that. And I also am a survivor of thyroid cancer, actually. So it's really interesting that this is coming up like this. But this says Angel of Joyfulness. Something wondrous and magical is about to happen. This was the first card that actually came out. And what I want you guys to know, and this is kind of the overall message from Spirit, especially with the Angel of Abundance that I just read. This is basically saying that you guys have nothing to worry about, even if things don't look good right now, even if things, seem lacking right now in any area of your life, just know that amazing things are going to come to you. You just need to stay focused on that. And know that you have angels and guides and spirit, the universe surrounding you and helping and guiding you on this journey of life. So I heard, don't despair. Things are going to shift and change. Okay. Sometimes not in the way that we think, though. Okay. We have Goddess of Oneness, absolutely beautiful. And this says, someone you love is thinking fondly of you at the moment. So for some of you, definitely you have a love interest. You have somebody, searching, or I was going to say spying on you. You have somebody that has their eye on you. You have somebody that could be watching you, definitely somebody that thinks very fondly of you. Okay, so many of you, this could be friend, family member, it could be to do with work or career, business partnerships. It doesn't just have to be a love interest or romance, okay? But somebody is really thinking fondly of you. And the other thing that I got is somebody that has crossed over. So one of your ancestors possibly, or somebody that you really held dear to you, that thinks very fondly of you. So as part of the abundance, it definitely could be love coming in for you. And then we have the Angel of Manifestation, and I was already picking it up in the last two cards. But this says your efforts, determination, and perseverance have paid off. Especially, some of the signs like Capricorn, right? And I believe Aries and Virgo, actually Sagittarius and Scorpio, actually all of you guys, at some point throughout this year, especially in what we went through in the past year, Capricorns especially though, because Capricorns have had Pluto in their chart since 2008. Pluto will go in and out of Capricorn this year, but more out than in, and it's really kind of coming out of the chart, I think, like by April, May, and fully out, I think, by the end of the year. This year or next year, but things are really looking up. So this year I feel like is kind of that transition year, okay? But you've been working really hard on your desires, your manifestations, and they are going to come in for you. Don't despair. That's what I heard. They are going to come in for you. And with the blue here, and it looks like water pouring in from the wings here, it's that flow of abundance again. It's like that water dam, just got unblocked, and now this huge rush and surge of flow is coming into your life. In every area. It could be health, wealth. For many of you, I'm also seeing health here, heart chakra, wealth, or sorry, I meant to say love, but wealth came out. This is how you know someone's channeling, because words just come out that we're not actually consciously thinking of. So wealth, health, and love is manifesting. You've been working really hard on it, and it's going to come flowing into your life, okay? For those of you, remember this is for 2023. So if you're not seeing the signs of that yet, just remember to continue to persevere, continue to be determined. And I'm also hearing with your thoughts and your heart. So your mind and your heart need to be, your head and your heart need to be aligned. Really watch your thoughts, really watch your beliefs and assumptions. What are you manifesting and creating from your thoughts and beliefs, okay? So when I say determination and perseverance, it's not just physical hard work. It's not just hard work in the 3D realm. It's also, your thoughts and beliefs, okay? So continue to stay determined on that road. Neville Goddard, some of you need to look into that. That just came through. Okay, then we have the Goddess of Nature. You reap what you sow. Your dream is coming to fruition. More confirmation for all of you guys that these, desires of yours, what you've been dreaming about, wishing for, hoping for, praying for, it is going to come into you. Just stay in alignment. I'm also seeing chakras here in alignment. open your heart, right? Connect to source, connect to spirit, connect, the third eye in your crown chakra, connect to the spiritual realm. Many of you really need to do that work, okay, to bring in these manifestations. But just know that whatever you're putting out into the universe through your thoughts, through your desires, your heart, through your vibration, I just heard, that's what's going to manifest, okay? But don't despair. I keep hearing that. Don't despair. These things are coming in for you, okay? We also have here, I'm going to grab these cards. Sorry, guys. I didn't really prepare very good there. Okay, so we have Angel of Soul Love was next. So Angel of Soul Love here. First thing, that came out obviously is that many of you are calling in a soulmate. Many of you are calling in a very nurturing relationship. Again, it could be a friendship. It could be a family member, maybe somebody you've been disconnected with. It could be in work, could be business, right? It could be romance, could be even with a child of yours, okay? But the biggest message that came out, and then it's so interesting because then I read the card and it just confirmed that for me. Time to look at how you value yourself, issues of self-love. So many of you really need to nurture and love yourself the same way that you do for other people. Many of you are empaths, nurturers, caregivers. You are very kind and generous and loving. However, you need to also, especially this year, need to start focusing that energy towards yourself, and not in a selfish way, right? Self-love isn't, selfish. Selfish is when you do something knowing you're purposely hurting somebody else. Self-loving is doing what you need to love and honor yourself. It's just like when you put the mask on your self first before the person next to you on a plane. The oxygen mask, right? You're no good to other people if you're no good to yourself first. So nurture and taking care of yourself first, needing to really prioritize your health, well-being. That's mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual, okay? And then right after that, just confirming it, Angel of Diet and Nutrition, and it says, pay attention to what you eat and drink. You intuitively know what is good for you, not just what you eat and drink, but what are you focused on? What do you take into your subconscious through things that you're watching, things that you're speaking, right? What is coming into your heart space? What are you spending your time on? Are you sitting and just binging on Netflix? Don't get me wrong. I love watching, shows too, but what kind of shows are you watching? And are you sitting there binging and watching them instead of maybe watching one or two shows and then spending some more time, possibly preparing, a good, lunch for you the next day to take to work, or maybe spending time, preparing a really healthy meal, or doing... I am so sorry about that, guys. My little guy woke up from his nap. That really scared me because it just startled me because I was really in the zone there. And although I could have edited that out, I've had people on my channel just say that, it's part of, my journey and what it is that I'm doing here. And so he's also extremely intuitive and connected to me, and the older he gets, the more so it becomes even harder and harder for me to do these readings. And although I do scheduled readings, when I do these and they just come through, I want to record them right away because I'm in the energy, and this is kind of why I can't. So somebody asked today, and many people have actually reached out to me asking about donations. This is just a side note. I haven't had the time really to kind of set anything up. I really didn't even think about that in the beginning. I absolutely love reading. I love using my spiritual gifts, and I love helping people. I do it for a living, of course, as a counselor, and of course I would like to, build this as well, but money wasn't really on my mind in the beginning. And so I just kept doing this without even thinking about donations and that. And so I realized that I really need to put my little guy in a daycare more. I just haven't had the funds to be able to do it. And so I'm trying to juggle, both. So that was kind of a really long explanation of why I decided, to just not cut that out of my video. All right. So let's get back into it. Angel of diet and nutrition. You intuitively know what is good for you. As I was saying, what are you taking in? What information, social media, things like that. If we're bringing in, negative information, that influences us, right? That is also part of our nutrition in our life. It's not just what we eat, but what we take in through our thoughts, our ears, right? Our eyes, so what are you taking in, and needing to diet in the sense of just what do you need to nurture your mind, body, spirit, and what do you need to remove? Okay, so this isn't just about food. All right. It's also about everything else. But on a food note, it is kind of saying for you to really watch what you're eating and drinking, and what your body needs. Okay, if you really start to pay attention to your body, if you really start to nurture your body and feed your body, foods based on nutrition, right, as well as satiety, but mainly the nutrition piece, your body eventually will start letting you know what it needs, right? I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I was just really craving curry type stuff and like orange, foods, like carrots and sweet potatoes, and I needed turmeric and that kind of thing. And I'm like, wow, this is a lot of orange. And then I didn't realize that one of my intentions is really to nurture and heal my sacral chakra from a lot of trauma and things I've had in the past. And so I made that, and I instantly felt so much better, and it really was comfort food for me, even though it was very healthy and nutritious what I made. Okay, so that's just an example. All right. Next we have Goddess of Psychic Protection. What do you believe you create? No one can harm you. Okay, so this is very, much similar messages, the same type of message. This is Spirit letting you know this is all about that spiritual connection, your third eye, your crown chakra, from your heart space, that, lots of blues and purples. So from your throat chakra all the way up to your crown chakra and beyond. This is all about manifesting this year for so many signs, especially the ones that I've been doing. It is all about creating your reality and manifesting. If you don't know about it, look into it. Neville Goddard has some great, books and information that you can get to get you started. That's one that resonates lots with me. I mean, there's so many others. But Goddess of Psychic Protection, what you believe you create, no one can harm you. So this is all about, what you're focusing your attention on, and what do you believe? Whatever you believe is true. So if you believe that somebody can harm you, they can. If you believe that they can't, they can't. If you believe you're powerful, you're powerful. If you believe you're weak, you're weak. It's whatever you believe. There's that saying, right? And it's so true. So this is saying, for you really to focus, or to evaluate what are you focused on, and only focus on what you want to create. Meditate, focus on your third eye chakra here. Focus on connecting to spirit with, your crown chakra here. Okay. What are you speaking into existence in your life as well? Okay. So just know that, whatever you're believing is what you are creating. No one can do anything to you that you don't already believe. So let's say in a situation, maybe it's a relationship, maybe, your partner cheats on you. I'm just giving you an example. I've had that happen to me. Why? Because I believed that they would, right? Take a look at what is in your heart, what's in your subconscious, what's in your assumptions, what are your beliefs about people, about relationships, about yourself. What do you believe about yourself? There's more actually in this reading about that. Okay, so just know, don't give your power away. That was the big message when I pulled this card. I heard, do not give your power away. You are in control of your reality. Goddess of strength. Absolutely. Stand up for what you believe. You will gain respect by holding your ground. Okay, so for many of you, there are situations you're dealing with that you really need to stand up for yourself. I just heard voice yourself, voice your opinion. Again, there's that third eye connecting to, spirit, connecting to source, connecting to your higher power, the universe, your higher self, whatever it is that you believe, and connecting to that spiritual part of yourself and knowing how strong you are. You have all the power within you to create the reality you want to create. Okay? You are going to be more respected when you don't people please, when you actually stand up for what you believe in and stand up for what's right. Sure, there's going to be a lot of naysayers, but also many people are going to respect you more for it. You have the strength. Whoa. 1 second. Sorry about that. 55 seconds on the clock actually tells me, again, this is a year of change for all of you. We have the angel of psychic ability. Your intuitive and psychic abilities are strong at the present moment. So, you guys, this is about connecting within, going within, meditating, focusing on your third eye, opening up your crown chakra, focusing on what you have in your heart space, in your subconscious mind. Know that everybody has that, God within us, that intuitive sense, right? Regardless of what you believe in, call it what you want, but we all have that voice within us. Okay, we all have that voice within us that is our intuitive guidance. That's our intuition, that gut feeling, right? We all have that. Now, the more you work with your spiritual self, the more you are going to tap into that intuitive nature within you. Many of you have psychic abilities and gifts. The ones that do, the ones that are nurturing this part throughout this year, know that they are going to be very, very strong. We have God of the underworld. Something which no longer serves you is about to end. What I heard is, for many of you, this is about relationships. Then there's situations for others of you, and for others of you, it is even just within your own thoughts, your own beliefs, your own ideas, things that are in your subconscious mind, negative thoughts and beliefs that need to go. You need to cut these out. These need to end. And for others of you, it's people, places, things, situations, whatever it is, that is coming to an end because it doesn't serve you anymore. And it could be, it just happens, the universe takes care of it, or maybe it's somebody else, or it's you actually cutting this out and bringing things to an end within your life. So for everybody, it's going to be different, but there are things that are no longer serving you. And if they haven't been, removed or ended in your life on its own throughout this year, then it's you needing to evaluate that and cutting it out, okay? And last but not least, we have God of reflections. Again, this is about reflecting, right? The qualities you see in others are simply your own reflection. And so this is like what I was saying in my example, right? So whatever it is that you believe, whatever is within you, your vibration, your thoughts, your ideas, your beliefs that you're putting out into the universe actually is going to be reflected back to you. So let's say you have somebody judging you. Take a look within you and see if you have judgment within you towards other people, or even just towards yourself, right? The universe, people, our 3D reality, our world is always reflecting back to us what's already within us. That's thoughts, beliefs, right? All right. So pay attention to that. Take a look into that. All right. Next, we have the Moonology Manifestation Oracle deck, which I absolutely love. Okay, so we have got first quarter moon in Taurus, release control. So with these cards, I'm actually not going to focus on the signs or the moons or anything like that. I'm more focused. The messages really came through just on the words here. But take what resonates. If you look at these cards and something in that resonates for you, that's totally fine. But just to save time too, I'm only going to focus on the messages that came through with the words. So release control, what I heard was let go, surrender, give it up to the divine is what I heard. Give it up to the divine, surrender to the divine. As well, for many of you, pay attention to moon cycles. Take a look at your birth charts. Lots of information in there. Astrology is such a huge topic. I'm fairly new to it. I'm not an expert at it, but I'm learning and growing because I absolutely love it, and it's so interesting and it's so valid and really relates to things that I'm going through and that I'm sharing. So many of you need to take a look at that. But release the control and the need to physically control things. Give it up to the divine. And in order to manifest, you don't do it. Yes, we do need to take inspired action, but we don't do it by trying to control people, places, things, our environment, whatever it is. That's not how you manifest. You manifest by going within with your thoughts, your beliefs, your assumptions, and connecting to source, right? And then it's kind of like putting that order into the universe and just expecting, that your order is coming in as if it were, something that you ordered online, right? Like, you don't worry about it. You don't check to see if, like, maybe it's not coming. No, you put your order in and you expect it to come. So that's that surrendering and releasing control, right? Let go of outcomes. Sometimes, we want, even in manifestations, we want it to be a certain way, but sometimes the universe has an even better plan, a better way, a better manifestation, bigger and better than you could possibly imagine. Why? Because infinite possibilities. Our human minds cannot comprehend what the divine has. Next, we have find a balance. This is saying, to find that balance within you, the light and the dark, but also to balance things out in your life. Throughout this year, many of you need to get things in order, things into balance, and needing to create structures and routines, finding balance, in your work life, as well as maybe, your nutrition, things like that, your health. And then again, just like surrendering to the divine, this is trust that all will be well. You put out those thoughts, the manifestations, you're being really determined and persistent in what you're trying to create, and have trust and faith in the universe that everything is going to be okay. Okay. And when we have that trust and faith, that's how we create. If we fall into the depths of despair and fear, guess what? You're going to manifest. You're just going to create more of that. So when we have trust and faith, and I also heard having a grateful heart and mind. So practicing gratitude, being in that vibration of gratitude and love and trust and faith, that's what you're going to manifest. I'll be honest, I'm human too. I've had a lot of fears, but I manifest the most amazing, incredible things when I just surrender, when I release control, when I balance myself out, right? With resting, working, taking care of me, taking care of others, making sure I'm constantly, balancing the light and dark within me, masculine and feminine energy, and trusting and having faith that all is going to be okay. Guess what? That's when I manifest the most incredible things. One of my affirmations is the universe always, has my back. I'm always being protected and taken care of, right? That's what we create and we manifest. Next, we have take a breather. For many of you, this is about you taking a break, going slow, just taking time out for yourself, really nurturing your mind, body, and spirit. okay? The next card that came out as well was reflect on your priorities. So what are you prioritizing in your life? And what I heard is that many of you really need to go within, spend more time, you know, with your spirit, spend more time in the spiritual practices, spend more time meditating, as well as doing breath work. Many of you need to meditate as well as doing breath work. Look up, you know, what taking in extra oxygen when you're doing deep breathing does for your physical body, but also your mind, okay? Reflect on your priorities. What are you prioritizing in your life? Many of you need to take a look at that and reset your priorities. You know, set your priorities straight, I just heard, right? Are you prioritizing monetary things? Are you prioritizing, you know, your health and well-being? Is it work? Is it family? Is it relationships? Is it material things? What, you know, is it watching Netflix or spending all your time on social media? What are you prioritizing in your life? And many of you this year are going to be readjusting, you know, your priorities, getting your priorities straight, but spend time thinking about that. Let your fears dissolve, as I said before, right? Let go of the fears, surrender, release control, surrender, give it up to the divine. Let go of those fears, because those fears are going to create more for you to fear, right? The anxiety, the worry, it's useless other than the fact that it just creates more of it. So let go of your fears, okay? Let them just dissolve. Even visualize that. I just heard many of you need to kind of meditate and visualize, you know, letting go of those fears that are coming up for you. And then we have detoxify. Again, what do you need to release in your life? Mind, body, spirit, in your space. What kind of thoughts do you and beliefs do you need to let go of? Detoxify your body, right? I'm seeing lots of green here, so it could be having to have a more, you know, nutritious diet. I'm going to say this because it's what's coming in, and if it offends somebody, I'm sorry, but it's what Spirit's bringing in. But just seeing the cow here and seeing the plants on the cow, what I'm hearing is for many of you needing to give up meat and actually going to a plant-based diet. I had a hard time with that transition too, but it is doable. And I'll be honest, when I am really focused, and I don't do things 100%, right? I'm human, but when I'm really focused on having a more plant-based diet and very little that's coming from animal products, I am feeling amazing. I'm more energized, and this is how I connect to source energy so much more, okay? Again, talk less, feel more. This card actually had come before the priorities card. It was right after take a breather. So I mixed it up, but I know when it came out because I remember the message coming through of really needing to meditate, really needing to go within, really needing to, when it says talk less, so it's less communicating on social media, less, you know, maybe taking information, you know, from shows, things like that. These are just examples. It's different for everybody, but you need to feel more. You need to go more within yourself. Feel your feelings, connect to the light. I just heard. Okay, and then we have... Oh, and detoxifying, again, for many of you, this has to do as well with, you know, the physical health. Some of you maybe need to go through a detox, you know, look at things like juicing and celery juice, you know, that kind of thing. So many of you need to do that as well. But as well, it's detoxing your environment. So there's things in your environment, people, places, things, food, situations that you need to remove and release. We have see the bigger picture. This is just saying for you to really kind of zoom out, you know, take a step back. And, you know, when we zoom out like this, we can see the bigger picture. When it's too close, you can't see the whole thing. If you're too close to a situation, maybe a desire, just release control, let go a little bit, let go of the grip I just heard, and really take a step back and kind of see the bigger picture of things. Sometimes we're so zoned in and focus on that one thing that we can't see. So it's, you can't see the trees from the forest, I think the saying is, right? So take a look at the bigger picture of things, okay? There's going to be solutions and answers for many of you in that. Embrace the flow of life. This is saying, again, release control, release that control, give it up to the divine, let go, go with the flow, yin and yang, in and out, right? This is really just, going with the flow of life, not forcing things, and know that, and have faith that, what you want is coming in for you. This is also saying stop and smell the roses, really enjoy and savor the moments of life, okay? And embrace the flow of life in the sense of kind of like that rubber band. How do I explain this? That rubber band, the pullback, when you pull the rubber band and it's really tense and then all of a sudden you let go, and let's say like a slingshot, right? It catapults something forward. It's kind of like that, as well as the rubber band, pulling and letting go, pulling and letting go, right? There's those tense moments, and then the letting go, is that release, right? When you have the relief of things coming into your life. Okay, so just go with the ebb and flow I just heard. Forgive. Many of you need to forgive not just others, but also yourself. Forgive situations. Forgiveness is not for the other person. Forgiveness is not, condoning that behavior or agreeing with what happened. Forgiveness is releasing you. Sorry about that. Okay, so forgiveness is about forgiving, or releasing yourself from the burden of what it is that you're carrying, the burden of the pain, the burden of what that other person said or did, the burden of that situation, the burden of what happened to you. That's what forgiveness is, as well as forgiving yourself. So many of you really need to do that in order to, heal the heart space and open the heart up. Know your worth. So many of you have had things happen to you that really made you question your value and your worth. Many of you have self-esteem issues. Many of you have not prioritized yourselves or loved yourself, right? Based on, childhood programming, things from your past, things that have happened to you, traumas, whatever it is. This year is the year for you to focus on yourself. I just heard this is the year to nurture yourself, to rest, to recover from these things, to heal, to do the inner work, to do the shadow work, to love yourself, to finally get to that place of knowing your value and your worth. That came through Spirit. And then shine your light. You are a beautiful being. You are a strong being. You are a beautiful spiritual being having a human experience, and many of you have so much to offer this world. You need to shine your light, okay? If you are living and breathing, you're worthy. You are good enough, okay? I don't know if many of you have seen, but my daughter and I this past year, we got matching tattoos says I am enough. Okay, and that was to honor, the trauma and the things that have happened to us in the past, few years especially. So, final oracle messages. Let me put them in order. All right, so this is from the Divine Feminine deck. All right, so we have got the presence of the Divine Feminine as the first card. How awesome is that? Beautiful. And this says, at the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. Exactly what I was trying to communicate to you guys just now. You are a being of light. You are love. You are light. Shine your light in the world. Okay? Heal the heart space. Connect to source energy. Know your value and your worth through source, not what the world says, not what people say, right? Through what The divine says that you are. You are light. We have the goddess of abundance, more confirmation that you have many things that are coming to you. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job, just like I was saying to you guys, that this is all about manifesting through your inner world first, and then you will see it reflect to you in your outer world. So if you want to change something in your life, money, health, relationships, love, career, work, family, whatever it is, if you want to change something in your external world, you need to first change within. Be the change you wish to see in the world. That saying is, change your thoughts, change your beliefs, change your vibration, change what you are putting out into the universe, what you're emitting out into the universe from your heart space, right? What are you putting out? And then you're going to see that change being reflected back to you. Okay? Know that abundance is coming in for you. I just heard you guys need to stop worrying. Stop worrying about it. Start praying, and praying is having faith in the divine source, God, the universe, your higher self, whatever. Have faith that what you want will come to you. Okay, but you have to have that faith, have to have that determination. Think about how much time people spend worrying, and all they're doing is creating more to worry about. Okay, so have faith. I choose to feel abundant. It is a choice. Feel abundant first, and then abundance comes to you. That's how we manifest. It's that simple. Our egos make it so complicated. The cosmic egg, the divine feminine. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever-expanding love. This is just what I was saying. You hold the universe within you. You have the power and strength to create and manifest whatever you want. You have God within you. You have light within you. You have source energy within you. The universe is within you. When you create the universe on the inside, it will reflect on the outside. So much of this reading was about manifesting as well, and healing. The Buddha of enlightened action. My soul informs my every step. I do what my heart compels me to do. Your soul is guiding you. Your soul knows what's best for you. Your soul knows the direction you need to go in. That intuition, that intuitive voice, that voice within you is guiding you. Okay? Every step of the way. Your heart, those desires, those are guidance, right? What your heart is desiring, what, these, thoughts can come from the ego, but what comes into your heart, those desires of your heart, those are your soul guiding you in that direction. But your job is to listen. Your job is to take action towards that. We have the Saint of Authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. This is about you finally accepting yourself, valuing yourself, knowing your worth, knowing that you are enough. 4242 on the clock there. Somebody needs to look that up. That's not a number that I see. So this is you really honoring yourself, being, coming from a place of integrity always. This is you always doing what's best for you. Remember I said the mask, put the mask on you first before you put it on someone else. This is doing the self-loving thing for you. This is doing what it is that you need first before doing what others need. This isn't being selfish. It's about being self-loving. This is about you really honoring who you are, being your authentic self, not people-pleasing, not doing, or going on the path of what other people think you need to do, especially for, teenagers and stuff. My daughter, she just turned 18 this year, and I'm always encouraging her. She needs to do what her soul and her heart calls her to do. She needs to be her authentic self, whatever that is, whether it's, getting an education through university, whether it's going into the arts, whether it's whatever it is, she needs to follow her heart. I can't do that for her. And you shouldn't be doing what other people are telling you to do. You need to be your authentic self. This is you this year, really stepping into your power, knowing your value and your worth, going within, learning about who you are. Many of you have been so distracted with things in life, you don't even know who you are. This is about you really tapping into and connecting with that authentic self. Who are you? What are your desires? What do you love? What do you want in your life? What do you want to create? What is your soul calling you? What is your heart calling you? Always be your authentic self in every circumstance. Don't be what other people want you to be. Take the mask off. The Saint of True Freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. More confirmation of what I was just talking about. This is you really connecting to you. This is you putting you first. This is you honoring yourself. This is you going within. This is you connecting to your spirit self, right? This is you connecting to source energy. This is you connecting to your heart and knowing the desires of your heart. This is you shining your light with others. And this is you, as I said before, with the grateful energy. This is also you being in that vibration of love. So vibration of gratitude, but also a vibration of love. This is you loving yourself first before anything else. This is you always honoring and loving yourself. That is what sets you free. When I finally got all of this, I've been through this journey too, right? Dark night of the soul. I've gone through the transformation. 2022 was a big year for me. I transformed and changed. I finally stepped into my power. I finally embraced and honored my gifts. In 2021, I finally had gotten to the place of truly loving myself and knowing my value and my worth. And once I did that, you know, honoring myself, I started making those choices I needed for me. The biggest choice was to finally, you know, remove myself from a toxic relationship with my narcissistic ex-husband. And once I did that, everything in my life started to shift and change. But I did that by connecting with me and source energy first. That was the only way. And then when I saw who I really was, when I saw that light within me, when I started loving myself, I started honoring myself and doing what I needed for me. That's what gave me the strength, and that's what set me free. The Red Lady, I am pure strength. I honor my anger by giving a voice to it. Speak up. That was at the very beginning with that throat chakra. Speak up. You know, voice yourself. You are a powerful being. Remember who you are. You are not meant, you know, to be, I don't know what the words are, but, you know, like somebody putting their hand over your mouth and not letting you speak. That is not what you are meant for. You have a voice. You are strong, okay? Many of you have gone through what I got with this card when I originally pulled it, was many of you have gone through so many difficult, tragic, horrible, hurtful, painful things in your life, in all areas of your life. And many of you are angry. Many of you are still carrying that. This needs, I'm just seeing heart chakra here and sacral chakra with the trauma as well, just like I said that I've been doing. So needing to heal your heart and sacral. That anger can be trapped in your body, and giving anger a voice. Anger isn't a true emotion, right? Anger is like an iceberg. So what we see on the top of the waterline is anger. What is underneath the waterline is a much bigger, huge chunk of ice, right? And that is every negative feeling you could possibly think of. Hurt, pain, grief, loss, guilt, shame, frustration, disappointment, on and on and on. The list goes on, right? That is what is underneath the surface of anger. So this is many of you needing to go within yourselves to find what is underneath the anger, give a voice to it, put a name to it, and then you can start your healing. And also many of you actually need to speak up and actually need to voice these feelings possibly to someone else, to a situation. Pope Joan, the Pontiff of Possibilities. Pontiff? Not sure how to say that. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. You are a powerful being of light. You are a powerful creator. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. You can create whatever you want. Look at her fingers. It's kind of like her, that's like her wand. That's her magic wand. You have the magic or the power within you to create magic. You have the power within you to create whatever you want. Your soul is limitless. There are limitless and endless possibilities of what you want to create in this life. You have infinite versions of you in this universe. It is about selecting that version of you that has what it is that you want to have. It's about stepping into that version of yourself, shifting into that version of yourself. It's called shifting states, or it's called going into the God state. If you know about manifesting, look that up. There are infinite possibilities to bring the abundance, the wealth, the health, the happiness, the love, the prosperity, whatever it is that you want. There's limitless possibilities. Don't allow your mind. I just heard, don't put limitations on yourself with what it is that you're creating. You know, for instance, you know, if you think this situation, you know, that you're dealing with, this is the only possible outcome or the only way that there's going to be a resolution. No, that's only one of the ways. Then there's limitless, unlimited, you know, infinite possibilities. But you need to believe, you need to tap into your power. You need to know who you are. You need to know who you are. Your love and light. That's where you come from. That's what you have within you. Look it, you have that wand. That wand to create magic in your life, in your world. The Saint of Spoken Words. Every word I say becomes a prayer. I am the author of my own story. This is what I was saying before. What words are you speaking? Because the words that you're speaking are bringing things into existence. So if you're saying, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, guess what? You're not going to be good enough and you can't do it. But if you say, I can do this, I am good enough, I'm powerful, I get what I want, the universe always has my back, I am loved, I am honored, I am cherished, I am abundant, I am wealthy, I am healthy. That's what you're speaking into your existence. As I said before, prayer is about having that faith and belief and speaking that. Talk about what you're grateful for, not the lack, not what you don't have. Watch, your words have power. Our words create. Every word that you speak, that's creating, you know, that prayer out into the universe, asking the universe for that, right? So watch your words. Be careful what you say because it is a prayer to what you're creating. So you are the author of your own story. You are the creator of your reality. What story are you telling? This is a year of really going within, really figuring yourself out, really prioritizing things, really learning about spirituality, about manifestation. That's what's needed this year. It was 52:52 on the clock when I looked. Somebody needs to look that up. That's not a number I see either. Very much mirroring numbers I'm seeing as well here. So it's all about manifestation. What are you reflecting, right? What are you creating? Through your thoughts, through your vibration, through your heart space, beliefs, assumptions, and through your words. What are you speaking into existence? What story are you telling? And if you don't like what is in your life and what's being reflected back to you, tell a new story. Tell a new story. On the beginning of my spiritual path, years ago, it was, you know, part of my journey to awakening fully. I had been awakening for years, but fully awakening. It was like taking me to another level, graduate level, a master's level. It was like training. And I took a program, and it had to do with, you know, at the time I didn't realize was my husband was a narcissist, but it was the beginning of that process. And so I took the program, and that's actually what the beginning of what led me on to all this, you know, spiritual growth, and, you know, learning and wisdom, and opening up to my gifts, and knowing my value and worth, and loving myself, all of that. It was the beginning. And the main message, you know, the gentleman that created that program said, "What story are you telling?" And I tapped into, we talked about, you know, when I was a child, I was a great storyteller, and my parents being very, you know, they were immigrants, and they European, and very much, you know, about practicality. And I get that because of their generation and because of what they had to go through. But that was not my story. That was not my journey. And they would always tell me that I was a big dreamer and needed to stop, and I needed to be practical. And I can tell you that every time I have followed my heart and not done that, what the practical thing, what they guided me to always do, what was good for them but not me, when I have done it their way, things blew up in my face and didn't work out. But when I followed my heart and my soul's calling, what my spirit, what my intuition was saying, that's when incredible miracles and blessings happened. They even say to me, "Wow, like, we told you that was the worst thing you could do, but you followed, you know, that voice within, and we were wrong. Like, incredible what you've done." Every time I follow that voice within, it always leads me to the right place, to the right thing, to the right person, to the right situation, right? I just heard, your spirit is never going to lead you astray. Listen to the voice, but we need to practice that, right? I would have little nudges, little intuitions, and I wouldn't listen to it. So I got really good at practicing listening to that inner voice. That is by going within, connecting to your true authentic self, connecting to source energy, connecting to the light, knowing your value and your worth, knowing who you are. But going back to what I was saying about the story, and so we talked about how I was constantly told to stop dreaming. And that was my story. So I had to change the story. And I'm a great storyteller. That was something else we uncovered. I am a great storyteller. And so I now use that to create and manifest in my world what I want. Don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. I'm on the journey too. And I'm still evolving and growing. And lots of times, me too, I let the fears take over. This is what, when crossing over from 2022 to 2023 in my personal life, this was the biggest message for me. Stop telling that story. You know this. Go back to basics. Go back to telling the new story. Start putting your efforts and work, you know, that perseverance, you know, the dedication into creating the life that you want through the story you're telling, through the thoughts you're having, through, you know, the assumptions and the beliefs. And that's how I am going to, you know, find the solutions for what the things that I'm dealing with. And that's what Spirit wants all of you to know as well. And finally, last but not least, water buffalo calf woman. This really spoke to me. I'm in a place where the Aboriginal community is very large. And I'm sure I was in one of my past lives. I must have been part of a tribe, something like that, because I am so called to that stuff, the drumming. And this card, just how beautiful is that? Like, I just felt so energized and such a lovely, beautiful energy, almost like me being hugged by Spirit. And look at I don't know if you can tell all the sparkles and stuff around, all the like bits of light, and I just feel like Many of you are being surrounded and being hugged by the light, by love, by God, by the universe, by spirit, by source, by your angels, by your guides, by your ancestors. You have the tools you need. You have all the tools you need to create and manifest and get out of whatever tough situation you're in. That was a side message. The prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. What was I saying? That whole story I just talked about myself, right? And I share things about myself, and I do this, in sessions with clients as well. If I feel that story can help somebody understand better, I will share it. And Spirit, I was compelled, to share that story. So what is in your heart space? Your heart, your spirit will never lead you astray, as I said before. Okay? The path of love, fear does not come from love. Fear does not come from love. Where there is love, there is no fear. And where there is fear, there is no love. So if you're fearing, you can't create blessings. It has to come from a place of love. So the biggest thing I'm hearing to end off your reading here is just saying that you really need to connect to your heart, to your spirit self. Really focus on what you want, what you desire. Thanks, baby. I just got a kiss from my little guy. That's pure love energy from Source right there. Hey? Mm-hmm. So what are you creating?
A creating?
Whatever is in your heart that comes from love is going to create the true abundance. You are a powerful being of light. You are a spirit having a human experience. You have everything, all the tools within you that you need to create the beautiful, abundant, successful, wealthy, healthy, loving, prosperous life. That's what you need to focus on and connect to. And I'm hearing that many of you also need to go into your ancestors. And I am seeing on my clock here 444, 444, number 44. That is something that is very prominent for me and messages I have been getting lately, especially with some of your readings that I've done. So many of you need to look into that. All right, my loves, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I know this was a long reading. 10144, I just looked down. 111, 111, 11, 44. These numbers have significance. They are very spiritual numbers. And actually, they really mean that you are being surrounded by, protected, guided by, the spirit realm. Okay, so just have confidence and faith in that. I really hope that this reading resonated with you and that it helped many of you. I know that this was a message that Spirit really wanted to get out to you, so many of you need to hear this message. And also, lots of confirmation in it for me as well. But if you haven't already done so, please hit that like button, hit the thumbs up button, because that is the only way that my videos circulate and that YouTube shares them and it gets out there. Without that, the algorithm won't pick up my videos. And so all of this, these messages from Spirit and the wisdom and guidance, can't get out there. And I do believe that this is my calling, and what I need to do is get these messages, be a challenge, a channel for these messages to get out there. It definitely is a challenge to do it, especially because I am Canadian, and in Canada we have a lot of restrictions for privacy and for content online. There's new laws actually that came in last year that is making it extremely difficult for people like me to try to get a YouTube channel going, to get my stuff out there. The algorithm, there's restrictions that won't allow me to grow as quickly as other people are doing it. So those ones that are growing quicker doesn't mean that they're better. Okay. It just means that the algorithm, you know, they're from other countries, right? You know, the US or different places, you know, in Europe and Australia, and that they're having a much easier time, you know, the algorithm picking it up because it doesn't have all these restrictions, all the red tape like Canadians do, unfortunately, right? We're very conservative over here. Doesn't mean I am, just, you know, our laws definitely are. And so that's really blocking my channel from growing. And, you know, although it is growing, and I really appreciate all of you that are on here and helping me, but those likes are gold for me right now. You know, comment down below. I would love to hear from you. I absolutely am loving everybody commenting. I love, you know, the messages that you're sending me. You know, thank you so much for the subscribes. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. Please don't forget to hit the bell icon button, because if you don't, you're not going to know about these videos coming out. So I am posting lots right now. Spirit's definitely pushing me. There's lots that needs to be said and shared. So I'm doing that. So hit the bell icon button so you get notified of new videos that come out. As well, I am doing lives, and I'm doing that just to give back to you guys, even though of course this is already free content. I just love, you know, getting to know you guys, and I want to interact with you guys. And that's something else. The more you like videos, watch my videos fully, you know, to the end, subscribing to my channel, sharing, you know, my videos, commenting down below, you're interacting with me, and I am going to pick up on your energy, and more of my videos are actually going to resonate with you guys. The channels that I'm watching, I am, you know, liking, I'm subscribing, I'm hitting the bell notification, I am sharing videos, I am commenting, I'm interacting. And I have some YouTubers that their messages, it's actually really funny because I'm so interactive that way, that their messages are resonating so much with me that some of them are like personal readings. Okay, so that's just a heads up, little tip for you guys. But definitely please hit that like button for me. I would really appreciate it, and that is your way of giving thanks to me. For those of you, I said earlier, if you are wanting to donate, I'm definitely, you know, going ahead and setting up some different ways that you can do that through PayPal, and I think Buy Me a Coffee, and there's some other ones that I'm looking into. I'm kind of following what other people are doing. I think Cash App is one of them as well that I'll look into, but I just, you know, I'm doing messages. I haven't found the time to do that. So if you really are interested in donating, I would truly appreciate that. And I thank you all so much for that. You can, you know, use my email. If you do e-transfers, you can email me, you know, possibly for some more information, like my, you know, an address that you can send to or whatever. So Butterfly Project, I'll put it in the link below as well. Butterfly Project 55@gmail.com is my email as well. Check out my other channel, Butterfly Project 1111. I have lots of info there for how you can contact me and send things to me. But I am going to this week work on ways that you guys can donate to me, because I would absolutely, truly appreciate that. I'm a single mom going through a really difficult, you know, divorce and custody battle with a narcissistic ex-husband, unfortunately. And so, yeah, I'm doing everything that I can to not only heal myself. That really was the journey I was on in 2022, was to really heal and recover from all the changes and also past trauma. And I am slowly easing into 2023 and getting my businesses back up and running, getting back to work. I've also really been enjoying my time with my little guy, because I absolutely love him. He was my miracle. He was my gift. I have, you know, a couple older children from a previous marriage, but this was my last child, and so I am trying to savor absolutely every single moment I can with him. And he is truly special. He is also very much an empath and intuitive and has psychic abilities, and our connection is outstanding. I truly believe that, you know, he's one of my soulmates as well. So it's such a sweet and beautiful, as you guys heard, connection. He's such a sweetheart, and I'm trying to do everything I can to protect him from negative and evil energies in this world as well. So, all right, my loves, thank you so much for being here. Please hit the like button, thumbs up. Helps me out, whether it resonated for you or not. You know, it shows your support. So I appreciate all of you. I wish you all peace, love, and light, and a prosperous, healthy, abundant 2023 year for all of you. And I know that that is what's coming in for you. But remember, you're in control. You are the creator of your reality. Make it a good one. I love you all. Bye-bye.